All right. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Take 3 podcast. I am Maddie.
I am Josh.
I'm Meredith.
And this week we have a very special guest with us. We have Samuel Peterson.
How's it going, guys? Happy to be here.
It's going to be great. And so basically how we all know each other, Samuel, we all know each other from college, actually. We all met. Well, not all of us met at App State, but most of us did.
Yeah. Samuel and I met in middle school. I've known Samuel for a while. So we grew up together, church together, all the good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Samuel, do you want to tell a little bit about yourself, what you're up to now, where you're at, that kind of thing?
Sure. I graduated college from App State in 2023, 2 years ago or so, which is crazy to think about still. And currently I live in Raleigh and I work in sales.
Love it.
Boom. Yeah.
Love it.
And Samuel is a lover of soundtracks as well.
I
just
am.
Music and things
Love
in
it.
general. So today we're doing a very fun episode that I'm very excited for. But this has been Josh's, his brainchild. Do you want to explain it? What we're getting into today, Josh?
Yeah, absolutely. So as you guys can see, or if you're not on the YouTube, I will describe it to you. We have a March Madness style single elimination 32 team bracket on screen that I have made with all of our favorite and worldly iconic soundtracks. And they are all in different matchups, and we are going to determine each matchup until we determine a winner, just like in March Madness. So it's single elimination. If they lose, they're out, and they move forward to the next round if they win. So we have some heavy hitters on this list. We have Interstellar on this list. We have Lord of the Rings on this list. We have Harry Potter on this list, Star Wars. We have a lot of big hitters on this list. But we also have a lot of our personal favorites on this list that we're going to be trying to push to the next round. So the goal of this episode is to have good conversation while healthily disagreeing with each other over why we believe our soundtrack is the best.
No, I'm actually just going to be screaming at you.
I would expect nothing less, Meredith.
Just a repeat of last week's episode.
Absolutely. And so, because there's four of us, if two of us agree on one of them and two of us disagree, we'll do a coin toss to determine the winner. That way it's fair and no one gets upset. So this is going to suck. I mean, really, this is really going to be hard. Some of these matchups are just absolutely brutal. And we have a lot of our babies in this list that we hold near and dear to our heart that we do not want to see going in the first round or the second round. But we might get outvoted, and we just have to live with it and move on, which sucks. But
it's going to be terrible.
It is.
This sucks.
It's very well said. Yeah. So, Meredith, initial thoughts on the bracket here. How are you feeling about it? What are some matchups here that you're worried about?
Luckily, a lot of them are pretty easy for me, but I'm very opinionated and decisive when it comes to soundtracks.
No.
Oh, well, to it again.
Shocking news to me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Gosh. Inception and Interstellar is
that's just gonna be
both Zimmer, both phenomenal movies.
Yeah.
Both phenomenal soundtracks. We got the triple threat right there. So.
Yeah.
That's a big one for me that I'm seeing right now. Avengers and Gladiator is going to be hard too, which is our first.
Yeah, I agree.
That's our first matchup. Yeah, that one's going to be.
What about
rough for me?
Yeah. What about you, Dulce? What do you see that you're worried about here?
Gosh, I feel like so many. I'm so worried, dude. Challengers, Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Social Network, Fantastic Fox, insane.
That one breaks my heart.
Knives Out.
Yeah, I definitely.
Dragon Knives Out. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I saw that for you.
Brutal, dude. And it's a couple of them. I'm just like, all right, whatever, that'll be fine. A couple, I'm like that. Yeah. I feel like they could have gone further if they weren't paired up with such a heavy hitter right off the bat.
I agree. And for context, for context, so people don't get upset at me, I put this into a random generator. I did not rank these in a certain way. I didn't put these in a certain way, just so no one would get upset that their favorite soundtrack got paired up with a really iconic heavy hitter. I put them all in a random bracket, and so this is all randomized. And so luck of the draw, really. But yeah, I agree totally. Social Network, Fantastic Mr. Fox. I mean, those are two of my favorite movies ever.
That sucks.
So that sucks.
And I freaking
Challengers, Pride and Prejudice, Spirit, Braveheart. Lord of the Rings, Dune. I mean, those. Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah.
What about you, Samuel? Which ones are you worried about that you see on this list?
In Inception versus Interstellar is a crazy first round matchup. Both of
Yeah.
those in another seeding, another bracket, another day go to a championship. To have them paired in the first round is brutal.
Yeah.
Dune versus Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
another tough
Yeah.
draw.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Shoot.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be brutal. Kind of a sneaky good conversation, I think, is Top Gun Maverick, Harry Potter in the
I
bottom
agree.
right.
That'll be interesting.
I totally
Yeah.
agree.
Two very different soundtracks.
I saw that.
And
But
so,
I think that'll
yeah.
be a good
For the
discussion.
genre. Yeah.
I totally agree. I think so we're going to get started in a second here, but I think when we do get to ones that we personally picked out as our favorites, we should express that. Be like, okay, by the way, this was one that I picked as one of my favorites.
Yep.
So I'm going to push for this one hard, but I also understand if it doesn't get through. Also, I want to shout out multiple people who have told us to, or told me at least to do this episode. Dabney was one who told me to do this. She texted me
Oh, sweet.
a couple days ago, was like, you guys should do soundtracks. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. And so shout out Dabney for that idea and bringing that up. Okay. So let's dive in.
Let's dive in.
As always. So our first matchup here is Avengers, all of them. So the first one, Ultron, Infinity War, and Endgame versus Gladiator. Now this one's hard because Avengers is so good and it has 4 different films in one.
Mm-hmm.
But Gladiator in itself is such a beast. So it's really hard. So Meredith, why don't you start us out? How are you feeling about it?
Oh my gosh. Gosh. Okay. Starting off, Gladiator is one of my favorites. I was the one that wanted this one in here. But Avengers is also fantastic.
Yeah.
I had to brush up on listening to it again this past week.
Yeah.
So, but like, I personally obviously gravitate towards Gladiator. I love Avengers and I love how well it fits with the movie. And Alan Silvestri is like, he's great. He does multiple other soundtracks. Like he did Forrest Gump and
really,
yeah, and a couple other movies that I am blanking on. But he's great. I really like Alan Silvestri. But also, I am a diehard Zimmer fan. We all know that. Like I paid so much money to see him live. So
yeah.
Subtle flex.
Yeah. But Gladiator like makes me emotional every time I listen to it. Like I get chills. Gladiator is one of my favorite movies. So that's I love Gladiator. You have your like upbeat ones for fight scenes, but then you have your slower ones for the more emotional scenes. What do you mean you have that in Avengers too? But I think because Avengers is just like so action heavy, there's not a lot of that emotional score, which I love, and that's what Gladiator gives you.
Yes.
And yeah, that's
okay.
just
so Meredith is Gladiator. All right, Samuel.
Gladiator. Okay.
I think I love the soundtrack for Gladiator. Obviously Zimmer. The way I'm doing this is I listened to a lot of these before we started recording. And if I didn't, I take it based off of if I remember it from the movies. And I don't remember the soundtracks when I think of the Avengers movies. I do remember it when I think of Gladiator. So Gladiator takes it for me.
Okay. 2 Gladiators. Maddie?
Wow. Okay. What I'm going to be doing for most of mine is reading out. I have a notes list of all of them and my immediate thoughts when I was listening to it.
Nice.
For Avengers, it was the Avengers theme will never release its hold on me. Very epic.
Yep.
Gladiator is I want to get in a fight. So those were my 2 initial thoughts off the bat. But gosh, man, Avengers is just so iconic. That main theme, so hard to beat. And I personally, gonna catch some flame for this, I've never seen Gladiator. So listening to it, okay, all right, and log me up if that's a crime. I haven't.
It is a crime.
And so
how are you on this podcast?
Yeah,
bro, I'm going to be saying that for a lot of these movies. I'm going to be honest.
That's okay.
I know maybe 50%.
That's okay.
So, but to what Mare said, there's so many more emotional beats in Gladiator that I really, really appreciated. But the iconicness of Avengers, man, I gotta say Avengers. That just sticks out more in my mind as just such a franchise and so incredible, and how it stays pretty consistent throughout all of the different movies. So
yes,
that's
I
my piece.
Consistent. Okay, 2-1 here. So I'm the deciding vote here. So so I agree with everything y'all said. I think Portals is one of the best songs from the Avengers series. I listen to it all the time. It just gets me so hype. I mean, and that's one of the things about Avengers, that the music is so perfect for it, and every fight scene is so good. But nothing. This honestly, for me, this wasn't even that much of a conversation in my opinion. I love both of these, but Gladiator for me is near perfect, in every way. I mean, they like, I think you were saying it exactly right, where there's definitely some slower moments, but there are some moments where it's like, okay, I'm gonna run through a wall while listening to this sound. So it's like, and so I'm gonna pick Gladiator. So I'm sorry, Maddie. Gladiator's gonna move forward here.
That's okay. I will live.
It moves on. Avengers is staying stuck. Okay, second round.
Bye, Avengers.
This round sucks. Round 2 here for our listeners. We have the Lord of the Rings, all 3 movies, versus Dune. Dune is a more newer soundtrack, but man, it's great. Okay, since Sam, this is Dune is really near and dear to Samuel's heart. Samuel will go last here for a potential deciding vote. Okay. I'll start us out here. God, man, it's so hard. Oh man,
Mare looks very at peace right now. I might just add.
Yeah. Oh. It's for me. It's like Lord of the Rings. I grew up with it. It's my favorite trilogy of all time. If I'm being totally honest, though, the Dune music is more. I hear it more in the movie than I do in Lord of the Rings. I hear it. I mean, it's more. It has more of an impact in Dune than it does in Lord of the Rings, I think. And I love Lord. I listen to it all the time. I listen to it near daily. And you have the Shire. You have Concerning Hobbits. You have the Uruk-hai. You have Helm's Deep. But in Dune, you have so many good ones as well, and it's explosive, and it's powerful.
Can you do the Dune yell?
You know what? I'm gonna let. I think you did it really well actually earlier, Maddie. I think you should.
Wait. Go back to the points you were making. Sorry.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with my gut here. Lord of the Rings is gonna take it.
Nice.
I just think it's objectively, it has more variety to it. I could listen to Concerning Hobbits all day. It's one of the best songs, in my opinion, of the soundtrack. I'm not going to say of all time because that's a objective opinion or whatever. But I'm going to put Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is for me. So,
all right,
Dooley,
I can go next. Yeah. Oh wait, back to my thingy. Okay, so for Lord of the Rings, I should have these pulled up beforehand, 100%. For Dune, all I put is the scream, is the Dune yell. That's all I think that I put. And then I forgot about this. One of the songs is titled Worm Army, so I did that. Worm Army.
Is it actually Worm Army? I think it's Worm
Army. I think
really?
I think it might be in the second one.
Okay.
That is. But and then for Lord of the Rings, I wrote a lot more. I said, this is incredible. It fits the genre perfectly. So whimsical, yet the Doctor songs are so foreboding. And I listened to these while I trail run. And y'all, running through the woods while listening to Lord of the Rings, while listening to the 3 hunters.
Yes.
Dude, you got to get on that. That's so good.
Great one.
I think that Dune is powerful and epic, but Lord of the Rings, I think, captures the genre so well. And I think the music is very present in the films. Maybe just for me, but it feels so present and just so perfect for me. And that just like epic, just like those 3 movies. Dune is great, but Lord of the Rings takes it for me all day.
Okay. Mare?
It's a tough break.
Ooh. Okay.
You saw Dune in concert.
I did. That's like, I'm like repeating that in my mind right now.
Yeah.
And it's at war with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Because it's so good. But if I'm being totally honest, that is the only score from Dune that like comes to my head when I think about it, because it's so iconic.
Yeah.
And this was one that I didn't brush up on because I was trying to get to all the other ones that I had never heard.
Sure.
So, and then Lord of the Rings, for our listeners, I have an instrumental playlist on Spotify that's 12 and a half hours long.
You should follow it.
Yes, it's literally called instrumental. And I don't have any Dune on there, but I do have lots of Lord of the Rings.
True.
And I listen to the instrumental like almost on a daily basis. I love that playlist. And concerning Hobbits on there and the Shire and more, and I love it. And like Maddie said, it fits the genre perfectly. Like I don't think it could have been written any more perfectly for that kind of movie.
I totally agree.
Yeah. And while I love Dune and I love Hans Zimmer, I'm gonna have to go with Lord of the Rings.
Breaking the Hans Zimmer train.
Let's
freaking go.
Dude.
I know.
It's gonna be
easy premiere.
That's gonna be probably the only time Meredith does that this entire episode.
Yeah, probably. All right. So let's hear Sarah. I want to hear Samuel's case for Dune.
Yeah, absolutely.
This hurts. This hurts a ton. Josh, you had me going in the first half. I thought you were going Dune.
I know.
And then at the last second, you went, actually, and went with Lord of the Rings. And honestly, I understand it. You're wrong, but I understand it.
Samuel, let's remind everybody. Have you seen Lord of the Rings?
Yes. I have.
I was about to say, if Samuel has it, that'd be insane.
You said you saw it when you said you only seen it once when you were younger.
I saw it once my first year in college, so it has been a while.
Okay.
I will give you that. It has been a while. I remember really enjoying the music. I thought it was an excellent soundtrack. I know it's iconic.
Yeah.
Those movies are well respected for a very good reason.
Yeah.
And the soundtrack is a big part of that. That said, watching Dune Part 2 in theaters was nearly a religious experience with the score.
I totally agree.
It was unbelievable. And I shared this a little bit before we started recording. I put on Dune Part 2, the soundtrack, right before we started recording. And I had to sit down. Like, I had full body chills. I had headphones in, max volume, with sound canceling, and I nearly did, but it was worth it. Worth it 100%. That soundtrack is incredible. I think it fits the movie and the tone of the movie perfectly. Everything you guys said about Lord of the Rings, I think applies to Dune.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I think if you give Dune the same amount of time that you've given Lord of the Rings, like if in how long has Lord of the Rings been out?
20 years.
2001.
If you give Dune 20 years, I think we're talking about Dune the same way we're talking about Lord of the Rings.
I 100% agree. I was gonna say the same thing. It's too new. I think I'm gonna say the same thing about a lot of these soundtracks. That we have in here, where it's like it needs time. You know, like Dune right now, people say it's the best movie of the past year, and I agree. I think it's the best movie that came out in 2024.
I'd go so far as decade. Personally.
Okay. I think Oppenheimer's better, but regardless, I think if in 20 years Dune is going to be considered, you know, I said this in the previous episode, like Empire Strikes Back, it's going to be that type of high level. People are going to look back at it like that. It's going to have that much hype. The music is going to be that much better. It just needs time. You know, like, I mean, I think Inception is so good now. Interstellar is so good now because it's aged like fine wine, you know, and I think Dune's going to do the same thing. But I think Lord of the Rings has had more time to have that impact, especially for me coming from a childhood standpoint. I grew up on that, and I do think it's better. But it's Dune blew me out of the water, but I think it just needs more time.
Yeah. Maddie and Mayor, have you guys seen either of the Dune movies?
I've seen the first one.
Okay.
I've not seen the second one.
The second one is so much better.
It is so much better. It's unbelievable.
I need to.
The thing is, I want to watch the first one before I watch the second one because I don't remember anything. but I haven't.
We should do that this summer, Meredith.
I haven't talked myself up to watching Dune again because it was so boring.
I agree.
Good,
the first one is
but
slow.
It was so slow.
It is.
Like I remember watching it the first time, and I was like, "All right, when's this going to pick up?" And then it ended.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah.
"I've been sitting here for 2.5 hours."
That's funny.
And the story didn't, like, it just started.
Yeah, we'll watch them this summer, Meredith.
Yeah,
we'll
for sure.
Yes. Hey, let me know when y'all are doing that. I want to be there.
Yeah,
Done.
me too. What the heck?
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. No,
All right.
right, guys.
All right.
Hey,
so...
Samuel's your guest. Maddie's my guest.
Yeah.
What the... All right.
Dumb idiot. Okay.
All right. Okay. So, and that's one of those cases where Dune would probably beat a lot of these other ones, if I'm being honest. It's such a strong one, but to go up against Lord of the Rings, that's a tough feat. A tough feat. Luck of the draw. So, Lord of the Rings moves on. Dune goes out first round. Hate to see it.
Yeah.
But we have to move on. All right. Those two, I knew we were going to have a lot of conversation. We'll see how the next ones these go. All right. Up next, we have Oppenheimer and Ratatouille. Two very different soundtracks here.
Very much so.
Maddie, you were the one that picked Ratatouille, right?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
Yeah. I can start us out. Okay.
Okay, cool.
I still haven't seen Oppenheimer. Okay.
Might be a crime.
Now that we got that out of our systems. This was the first time I listened to the soundtrack. It was absolutely phenomenal. It was amazing. The second, I don't even need to look at my notes to know. The second song sounds like what it feels to have an idea. Like it feels like an idea blooming. I was sitting doing my regular job and I was like, I'm doing the most important work in the world right now. Like I was like, I think Ratatouille is iconic for what it is. And it's like the French is like it's so fun and quirky and funky and fits it so well. But I think Oppenheimer was just like stunning to listen to. And so I am disappointed to put Ratatouille wasn't one of my like big top 4 choices, but it is one that I really love. But after listening to Oppenheimer, man, like there's no way. Yeah, there's no way. Oppenheimer wins.
Good for you. Good for you, Maddie. I respect that.
Big day for me.
I agree with Maddie. Totally agree with Maddie. Even though I have seen the movie Oppenheimer. I've seen both.
Brag about it.
I love Ratatouille. It's one of my favorite Pixar movies. And it's so good. It's so, like you were saying, it's so fun. It's so quirky. It's so just like, it just fits. It fits so well. It's so good. However, I remember the feeling sitting in the theater watching Oppenheimer, and when Can You Hear the Colors came on?
Yeah, or Can You Hear the Music?
No, I think is it music or colors? Whatever it is.
I think it's music, but yeah, Can You Hear the Music?
Yeah, that one. Thank you. I had full body chills.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That's just like hearing a score like that makes you feel like you're having an out of body experience. Or like not even out of body. I just remember being so like, wow, this is good. This is good soundtrack right here. And I agree, Maddie. That is what it sounds like to have an idea. You're just like, it's like it's epiphany in music. And
yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah. And while I love Ratatouille so much, I think I'm gonna have to pick Oppenheimer.
Rip.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the same boat. I love Ratatouille. I'd be concerned for anyone who didn't like that movie. It's so good. This soundtrack in theaters had the exact same experience that Interstellar had on me in theaters. It has the exact same. I mean, you're right, Mary. That second song, it's so over the top powerful. It is unbelievable. It is like phenomenal. It's to the point where you're like, holy crap, this is like too loud. But it matches the movie energy so well. And what I love is like Oppenheimer is such a simple character. Like he doesn't say much. He's a pretty chill guy. But the music just like completely changes that. Yeah, he's just a chill dude. But it's just, it's what's his name? Ludwig Göransson. I don't know his name. But he made a couple other ones, but he's great. So this one was pretty easy for me. I'm on Oppenheimer.
Well, Oppenheimer takes it, sweeps. Not much to say. What other than I just be repeating what everybody else said. I have not seen Ratatouille all that much. I've seen it once, maybe twice in my life.
That's crazy.
I really liked it. It was not a movie I watched growing up, but Oppenheimer, especially in theaters, was something else. Dune did the same thing for me.
Yeah.
I know I just talked about it, but it was one of those moments like that movie. Oppenheimer's, the soundtrack is just so good. I listened to like one song in prep for this, and it like everything came like flooding back, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I know what I need to for this one. Unbelievable. Fantastic.
Nice. Okay. Oppenheimer with the clean sweep there. Moves forward. All right. Up next. This is going to be... It's going to be a good one. It's going to be so bad. All right. We have... I feel like Luke's just going to love this conversation.
This is awesome.
We have Spirit versus Braveheart. Two absolutely beloved soundtracks, especially from our friend group. Like
beloved, y'all.
Meredith, go ahead. Just say what you need to say about this.
I feel like Mary and Josh need to go first. Just get out of
Spirit.
Okay, so it's no question for you?
No. I do love Braveheart so much.
Yeah.
It is so good. But I first of all seen Braveheart once. I have seen Spirit
insurmountable
endless times. I have a currently playlist where I'm just gonna talk about Spotify playlists, guys. But I have a currently playlist, and I like switch out songs of what I've been like having on repeat recently. And Spirit got added again, and so I have Spirit songs on there because I have it saved. I have the album saved in Spotify. Like you can add an album to your library, it's in there because I'm gonna listen to it a lot. Yeah. It brings me to tears 99% of the time I listen to it. There's only been a couple times where I haven't cried listening to it. That movie is also nostalgic for me just because I grew up on it. I love that movie. It was on my top 10 favorite movies list. Unironically, that movie is so freaking good. And while I love Braveheart and the soundtrack is really good, James Horner's fantastic, Hans Zimmer wins out again, as he should always.
Shocker.
Except for in Dune, I'm sorry. Spirit wins. It wins every time. Sorry. Not sorry.
Okay. Spirit takes it for Meredith. Maddie, you want to go next?
Yeah. Spirit.
Wow.
Dude. Like, okay, let me find again. Should have these prepped. Thoughts for Spirit is literally goes so hard. Guitar, very nice. Those are my immediate thoughts with it. Then Braveheart was hell yeah, manhood. So those are my thoughts on it. And okay, I think Braveheart was great. I mean, it's epic. It's epic. So it was beautiful, and I really did like it. But just Spirit is just so well done. It fits again the genre, the setting. It really sets it up so well, and yeah, it's just so well done. I adore.
I'm gonna cry thinking about it.
Soundtrack, probably. Yeah. I don't have as strong of a passion about it as Mare, but it still wins out for me.
Okay, 2 for Spirit. Sam, you go ahead.
Sure. Braveheart. So I don't think. Look, before you come at me, Mare, Spirit is fantastic. It's excellent. I loved the movie growing up. Soundtrack is unbelievable.
Mare's taking deep breaths.
But there were I remember a lot of lyrics being sung in that soundtrack.
I'm only going off the Zimmer one.
We're only talking about Hans. Yeah.
Brian Adams is
only like 4 songs.
He's fantastic.
That is a great point. There's
only like 4 songs.
And they still beat out every other one on this.
Okay. Well, that's a hot take. But if we take out the songs with
Brian
words,
Adams.
with lyrics.
Yeah.
And those are still gas.
They are.
They are. Don't get me wrong. But if we're judging it based purely on the 4 Hans Zimmer songs, I'm sorry. Braveheart is an entire soundtrack worth of music, and that, especially Braveheart, it beats out the 4 from Hans. And I love Hans for the record. Love him, but I think Braveheart takes it.
Okay.
All right.
Josh, would you care to share your thoughts?
Okay. Here's the thing. I
Do you have a coin?
I was so pleasantly surprised by how much I loved Spirit when I re-listened to it. I texted Meredith as I was listening to it. This soundtrack is so good. Like, shocked me. Because I was like, oh, I feel like, no offense, I feel like it's just Meredith's bias coming in. That kind of thing. I'm like, I'm probably going to like it. And, like, I was listening to it in the car, and I think I went, like, 30 over the speed limit. Like, it was so...
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. Dad, that's a joke. If you're listening, it's a joke,
joking.
Dad. Patrick, is a joke. No, I loved it. And I love... I mean, I it's like, how can you not love Braveheart 2? It's like, whenever I'm on the Parkway, when Caleb, my buddy and I, Caleb, went on the Parkway a couple weeks ago, we just listened to Braveheart the whole time, and it's so great. And I'm genuinely so torn. I'm not even kidding. I'm so torn.
I did not expect that.
The thing is, there's only 4 songs. That's my problem with it. It's only 4 songs. If there were like 8 or 10, because with Braveheart, there's like 15, and they're all so good.
But how phenomenal do those 4 songs have to be to make you contemplate this bad?
That's the thing, right? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm taking too much time here. I'm going to go with Spirit.
No.
Spirit is gonna take it.
That is crazy.
I'm not kidding.
Incredible. This is the best day of my life.
This was probably the biggest impact soundtrack, like, out of this list that I re-listened to. This one had the biggest impact on me.
Wow.
What's that one song? The 8-minute one, Mayor?
Run Free.
Yeah, that one.
Holy crap! Good.
Holy crap!
So good.
And the movie's also very good too.
Oh yeah, the movie's great.
I watched that movie in my head when I listened to it. From start to finish, I could listen to it.
That was awesome. I did not expect that.
Luke, I'm sorry to see Braveheart go out so early.
Luke's gonna kill you.
Luke, you can suck it.
And that's okay. That's okay.
How many letters in Meredith?
Spirit.
8.
What?
That was incredible.
That was aura. So yeah, I do think Spirit is. I don't know. I think they're about the same, but at the moment, I think Spirit is a little bit better. Which is crazy for me to say, but my gut's saying Spirit, so I'm going with it.
Amazing.
Spirit moves on. All right, first half is done. All right. This one I don't think should take too long, if I'm being honest. Let's just try to speed through this next one. I put Kill Bill in here. I love Kill Bill. And I think a lot of the music in there is so great. But Narnia is on a different level. I'm going Narnia.
Narnia
Maddie?
all the way. Sorry.
Okay, Maris,
That's
Narnia.
all I have
No,
to say.
fine. Okay, Maddie?
Yeah. Narnia, I said whimsy and fantasy galore.
Yep.
Yeah, it's incredible. Fits it so well. And then for Kill Bill, I said I have no idea what this movie is about.
Fair enough.
The soundtrack just confirmed it.
It was great. It's a weird soundtrack. It's a good soundtrack, but it's weird.
And I was confused, but Narnia wins.
Okay, Samuel, I think you might be a little torn here, Samuel, but give us.
You know what, guys? This one is this was tough. In all seriousness, Narnia. I will save my speech for Narnia for when it hits an actual fight. I love Narnia. It's my favorite soundtrack of all time. Nothing. There's some stuff that comes close, but nothing actually comes close in my mind. I will say, Kill Bill, pleasantly surprised. Very
it's really good
soundtrack, but I did quite enjoy it. Much to my surprise. So, but Narnia.
There's some songs. Yeah, there's some songs on there. Pull it up real quick while I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, I don't want to discredit Kill Bill. I know I said Narnia so fast, but that's like obvious choice. But Kill Bill is also so good.
Yeah, The Lonely Shepherd.
Yes. No, you're good. I remember watching the movie, and like I don't even know if I had heard any of it before watching the movie, because some of these I had. Like, sometimes the soundtrack is literally the reason I watch a movie.
Amen.
But
yeah,
I don't think I heard anything before I watched Kill Bill, and watching it I was just like, man, this is cool. Like, I'm loving this soundtrack.
Yeah.
It just goes with, like, it's just so,
it makes you feel awesome.
Yeah, like it sounds so cowboy, but it's a samurai movie, and it's just, I love it.
Yeah,
it's just so, but like it fits somehow. It's just cool.
Yes. Okay, sorry, I moved my screen. Okay.
No, I like this better.
Okay, great. Okay, so Narnia takes it pretty carefully, pretty handedly there. But yeah, I was gonna say The Lonely Shepherd, that song in there is my max out song in the gym. It's awesome. Shout out Elise's boyfriend for that. Okay. Up next, these are two of my favorites. These are actually both of my picks. I wouldn't say they're my favorites, but I love them. Mad Max Fury Road versus Isle of Dogs. Both are great. But for me, oh man, I mean, Isle of Dogs is so different from. I mean, these two could probably not be more different.
Yeah.
Mad Max genuinely makes me want to like, I don't know, run through
felony speed.
Yes, for Mad Max, I genuinely like it makes me amped. It makes me so
get lit,
amped. Yeah. So Mad Max I mean, the movie itself. I don't think any of y'all have seen it, which is. I think I'm the only one that's seen every movie on this. Whatever. But Mad Max for me, it takes it for me. There's, I mean, there's just Brothers in Arms is one of my favorite songs in the gym. So Mad Max takes it from me.
Nice.
I really hope it makes it, but we'll see.
Okay, I'll go next. For Isle of Dogs, I wrote, this is so Wes Anderson. Yeah. 6 months later, and the dog fight goes crazy.
Yeah.
And it kind of gives Squid Game at one point, the Squid Game soundtrack, if you guys are familiar with that. And then for Mad Max Fury Road, I wrote, boy, 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 rah. So Isle of Dog wins it for me. Okay. I love quirky. I love like the funky and unique aspect of it. I didn't love Mad Max Fury Road. I didn't love it. It felt kind of just like, all right, yeah, action movie, sure. It just did not stand out to me as something like super special. So
you're not a big action movie person either.
I'm not, and I love a Wes Anderson soundtrack. Oh man, you guys will see. I love a Wes Anderson soundtrack. So something funky, something fun wins it out every time. So Isle of Dogs gets my vote.
All right, Mare.
This one is tough for me because I have no emotional connection to either of these movies. Because I haven't seen it in either of them. I've been wanting to watch both, but I've really been wanting to watch Isle of Dogs. I honestly, my thoughts were very similar to Maddie's, except what Isle of Dogs brought to mind for me was Assassin's Creed Odyssey. If anyone has played that game, they know what I'm talking about. Did you even listen to the one I sent you, Josh?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. Did you hear what I was talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
But definitely very Wes Anderson. Very quirky. Some of it was I thought it was really cute. Mad Max Fury Road, I could appreciate some of it. I'm much more, if we're gonna tell by all my votes for this, I'm I gravitate towards emotional, the moving pieces rather than action ones, which I can appreciate those. But I never listen to that on a day to day. It's fun when I'm watching the movie because it fits when I'm watching the emotions I'm feeling while I'm watching the scene. But if I'm just listening to music, I want something that I'm going to enjoy and not especially if I'm sitting at my desk doing my work and Mad Max comes on, I'm like,
fair enough. Yeah, totally fair.
I throw my desk over and my desktop goes everywhere. But Mad Max, it's good, but I think Isle of Dogs is gonna have to take it, and it's Alexandre Desplat. I don't know how to say his last name. I think it's Desplat. He does some Harry Potter movies, so
nice.
And some other stuff, and I like him. He's good.
That's
so nice. Yeah, Isle of Dogs.
Okay, 2-1 Isle of Dogs. Samuel,
get a coin ready.
Let's
Mad
go.
Max.
Let's go.
I listened to. So for context, I've been driving all over the state for work.
Yes.
So I have been listening to soundtracks. I listened to Isle of Dogs, and it was weird.
Yeah, it was.
Did not love it, actually. I got several songs in, and I was like, this is just strange. I don't know what's happening. I did not like it. Maybe if I'd seen the movie, I would have felt differently. but it just felt too out there.
Yeah.
And I listened to Mad Max while reading a book, and it fit perfectly. And so it's also just an epic soundtrack. Loved it. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was cool. So
I just
Mad
love that
Max
movie as well.
I have to say
okay.
that I didn't like.
Yeah.
I didn't really like either of these either.
Really? Okay.
I mean, I liked Isle of Dogs, some of it, but most of it, I thought the same thing. Same. I was like, this is weird. I feel like I definitely would have appreciated it more had I watched the movie.
Sure. Mm-hmm. All right. So we're gonna do a coin toss. Mad Max is gonna be heads. Isle of Dogs is gonna be tails. We're gonna ask Siri. Flip a coin. It's it's heads. Mad Max takes it. Sorry, I totally just misread it.
Whatever, all right. Man.
Perfect.
I am amped about that. That was one of my hopes I was going to make it through. But all right, that was our first coin toss. Now we're on to the good old
insane
first round.
It's the hard hitter.
We have Inception versus Interstellar. I intentionally put these two together because I thought it'd be really fun. And yeah, so let's talk about it. Meredith, why don't you start?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. This is Zimmer versus Zimmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
This is like choosing a child. How do you choose one child over the other, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
By which one's better?
True.
That's
which one do you love more?
I've always said that.
Okay. All right. Okay. I love Inception so much. And I just love the movie, and it's just so good. It fits the movie. And it's Zimmer. And I get chills. And I love it. I mean, Dream is collapsing. Time?
Yeah.
Time is so good.
The whole last 20 minutes is just perfect music.
Yeah. I noticed you spelled Interstellar wrong just now. It's fine.
Oh, did I?
Interstellar.
Interstellar.
Speaking of Interstellar, this one is also so good. Like
Cornfield Chase, unbelievable, dude.
Cornfield Chase, docking scene.
Oh my
gosh.
Oh my
gosh.
Coward is great.
They're all
there's a
so
couple
good.
more, but yeah.
I really Zimmer wins out either way, so I'm happy. But this is tough, and only by like a millimeter, Interstellar wins out for me, and only because there's more scores on that soundtrack that I love. Inception I love, but I really only listen to like 2 or 3 off the whole thing. But Interstellar, I feel like I could listen to the whole thing and just love it entirely. Yeah. So Interstellar, but only by a little bit.
All right, Samuel.
I think it's Interstellar. Both are good. But unlike Interstellar, there's only so much Inception I can listen to before I'm like, all right, I need a break. Interstellar is, just a masterpiece. Interstellar is so good. It's the first album I ever bought. Nice. Believe it or not, bought it on iTunes.
Nice.
When I was like 13.
That's sick.
So it's just fantastic. People have written essays on why it's good. So yeah, it's Interstellar.
Cool. I agree with y'all. This could go both. It could switch on the day for me. I think like the last 20 minutes of Inception, like I was just saying, the music it literally has me on the edge of my seat. Like actually, every time I watch that movie, I am like, I know what's gonna happen, but the music just makes it that much more intense, that much more captivating, and I think it does that better than Interstellar does. I will say that that intensity of adding to the emotion. But it's Interstellar. It just is. It just is. I think it's overall better. I'm not going to talk a lot about it. I ditto what Mayor said and what Samuel said. So,
Yeah. Going with that, what everybody said, completely agree. I think Interstellar, the fact that it's like this epic space odyssey too, and having to create music for that, I respect it so much for that, and that it does it perfectly, and it exceeds expectations, and it's everything that y'all said. Interstellar all the way.
Love it. All right, Interstellar, clean sweep. Now we move on to a little bit weirder one. We have La La Land, the instrumental, versus Monsters Inc. Maddie, you love both of these, obviously.
Yeah.
But you pushed for Monsters Inc. to be in this episode too.
I did. Just because, again, it goes back to like something, honestly, like it's so recognizable, and I really respect the soundtrack for that. Like, I think it's fun and quirky and funky, and it fits the world that it's in so well. That's something that's big, a lot for me. Kind of just like a quirky, kind of out of the box soundtrack that fits its setting and genre is a big thing for me. Yeah. But dude, we both know what I'm going to say. We all know what I'm going to be voting for here today. La La Land is going through because it's incredible and beautiful and perfect, and I listen to it all the time. Monsters Inc., I love you. La La Land, I love you more.
And Boise. Just Boise.
Just Boise. Boise. How's Boise going?
Oh, man. Yeah, La La Land's winning for me.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Boom.
Meredith?
Yeah, I love Monsters Inc. so much, but I wouldn't be surprised if Epilogue is on my top 5 songs this year. Yeah, like, I've sent it to Josh a couple of times, me just listening to it, and there's like 50 other times I've listened to it outside of the 4 times that I was like, again, here we are again listening to this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right, Samuel, so La La Land or Monsters Inc., what are you feeling?
Monsters Inc. is a fun movie. That's about all I remember from it. La La Land.
La La Land with the clean sweep. All right, so our first section is done. Moving on to our right side, we have Star Wars versus We Live in Time. I think I'm the only person who's seen. No, Meredith's seen it.
Yeah, I've seen We saw it together.
Yeah. We saw it together. Yeah. I'll start with this. This is one of my picks. I love this movie. The closing song will probably be at my wedding. And I think it's so beautiful. But no way. No way. There's just no chance.
Yeah. I was like, no way he's gonna pick We Live in Time.
No. All right, Maddie? Or Meredith?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
I haven't seen We Live in Time. Probably not going to watch it for a hot minute, but listen to some of the soundtrack. Couldn't get through it, if I'm being honest, which I think shows how good it is. Just like the emotions it evoked, just even knowing the subject matter and not even watching it. But Sawi, Star Wars wins. Yeah. It's incredible. It's iconic. It wins every time. We Live in Time. Kudos. I can't wait to watch it eventually. But We Live in Time is, Star Wars winner. Yeah. All day long.
Yeah.
Yep. I would agree. I did love We Live in Time. Closing is so good.
Yeah, it is.
I added most of that whole soundtrack to my instrumental playlist because it's just so good. Listen to it for like the next week after we watched it.
Yeah.
But I think, again, it's too new, and Star Wars is just too iconic. It's just amazing.
I agree.
You have 6 movies. We're not going to count the last trilogy because that was trash. Doesn't even exist to me. So you have 6 movies of phenomenal music. I mean, John Williams is fantastic. He's incredible. Star Wars all day.
Okay, I'm just going to say Star Wars crushes.
Yeah.
There's a handful of movies on this list that stand up to it. I feel confident saying Star Wars wins.
Absolutely.
Easy.
Yes, I agree. Okay, Star Wars with a clean sweep.
Okay. Social Network and Fantastic Mr. Fox, both movies I have not seen. I listened to one soundtrack.
That's
really
crazy.
Enjoyed it.
It is.
Listened to a second one. Stopped after 3 songs. Social Network wins by a landslide.
Okay.
In my mind, I am confident that Fantastic Mr. Fox is a great movie, and that with the soundtrack pairs very well with it. On its own, I did not like it. I'm not gonna hate on the movie too much, but the soundtrack too much, but I really didn't like it. I stopped after only a couple of songs.
Fair enough.
Social Network takes it. for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna go next because I know that Josh and Maddie love both these movies. I really like Social Network. Fantastic Mr. Fox is okay, which I know people hate me for. It's fine. I don't like claymation. I'm up to rewatching it to form another opinion. And
that's exciting.
Fantastic Mr. Fox still wins though, which is crazy that Samuel couldn't even finish listening to it. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm actually not a fan of the composer who does Social Network and Challengers. That's just personal take. But
Resident and Atticus Ross are so good.
Sorry. I'm just not a big fan of the techno. So
we're just gonna keep going.
It's very techno. So I definitely gravitate more towards Fantastic Mr. Fox. It wins.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Dooley?
Oh no, dude. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is brutal, man. This is really hard. The Social Network, I said, fits the genre so well. Uh-oh. Keep going.
We're fine. We're just gonna keep going.
Okay. I said, it fits the genre so well. The early 2000s vibes, the off-putting nature, the electro beats. It's clearly made by the same guy who did Challengers. The Hall of Mountain King was so good. And there's one where it's like the clicking of a keyboard.
Yes.
And that's woven into it. I was so uncomfortable sitting at my desk, but like in the best way. It's like perfect. But Fantastic Mr. Fox. I love Fantastic Mr. Fox. I love that soundtrack, that movie. I listen to that soundtrack. I listen to Mr. Fox in the Fields more
all the time
than I think anyone ever in the whole world. Yeah. Not to make a crazy claim. I adore it. And so for that reason, Fantastic Mr. Fox wins out. Like, I think it fits the movie perfectly. I listen to it so much. Social Network is fantastic. And I hate to vote it out or be a contributing factor, but Fantastic Mr. Fox wins for me. So
yeah, this is probably the hardest one on this list for me. Both of these are in my top 10 or just outside of it. I love both these dearly. Christopherson's theme is my favorite on the whole soundtrack. So wholesome. I know this isn't instrumental, but Let Her Dance is going to be the song, the last song on the, it's going to be the song that my wife and I walk out of our wedding venue to. Like when they're like, they pronounce husband and wife, that song's going to be playing as we walk out. I've already decided.
She gets no say.
Yeah. But the song that you were saying, Maddie, from Social Network and the Hall of the
Mountain King.
Mountain King. That's the one where they meet Justin Timberlake's character at the dinner, and it's this really good slow motion scene, and the music is so freaking good.
Yeah, the music's amazing.
I love both of these, but it honestly wasn't as close as I thought it was going to be. Social Network does take it for me.
Wow. Okay.
I think incredible. It is. I think it might be one of the best of the 2010s.
I could agree with that. Yeah.
I think for me it is. So wait, was that? Oh, that's a coin. Do we get a coin toss?
That's a coin toss. That's a coin toss.
Oh, son
the girls
of a,
united
son of a
once
gun.
again. The girls
all
united.
All right, Social Network is heads. Man, dude, if this. Oh, all right, whatever.
Come on, Social Network.
Swallow the ego. Social Network is heads. Fantastic Fox is tails. I'm gonna turn up my volume so we can hear her a little bit better. So I'm not cheating. All right. Flip a coin. It's tails. No, it's tails.
Dang it.
All right. I mean, I'm not mad about it because I love this soundtrack, but I
am.
I'm mad about it.
I'm mad about it. But I'm burning up inside.
Right. You know what?
But
it is what it is.
If there was,
I'm so disrespectful.
Sorry.
That's so disrespectful. All right.
I'm so sorry to everyone.
I cannot believe Social Network lost in the first round.
Fantastic Mr. Fox should not have even been on this list, in my opinion.
That's a crazy take. That's a crazy take.
I can think of 10 movies right now that deserve it.
Hunger Games.
All right, well, let's just move on. All right.
I'll just go through them.
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
I'm sorry.
Up next, we have Challengers, another Trent Reznor Atticus Ross movie, versus Pride and Prejudice. I could also see this going to a coin flip. Because I'm going to go first. I love Pride and Prejudice, but Challengers takes it. It's the best soundtrack of last year. Should have won at the Oscars, got snubbed. It didn't even get nominated.
That's insane.
Which is crazy. It's one of the best audio to film movies I've seen in the past year. there's so much emotion within the songs, and it fits each character so perfectly. I love it. I love it so much. It's so unique. That's the biggest thing I think I was talking with Maddie about. It's like it is such a unique soundtrack. I've never heard anything like their type of music that they do. And for that, it goes forward.
Yeah.
Challengers wins. Maddie, I'll let you go to last because I know you love both of these.
Yeah.
All right, Mare, I think we know, but we just.
Oh yeah, we know. I can appreciate Challengers. I remember watching the movie and I was like, okay, this is cool.
I didn't like the movie though.
And same, I did not. No, I didn't like the movie. But the soundtrack goes with it. Like, it is cool. It's very unique. And I liked Social Network, like when I was watching it. But again, re-listening to it. Pride and Prejudice, I listened to so much. One of my favorite movies, my favorite book. I just love it. It's so dainty and girly and beautiful, and I love it. That it wins.
All right, Samuel.
Challengers.
Love
it's
it.
Love it. Now, I will give Pride and Prejudice this. I have never listened to it and never seen it. So, Challengers wins. But I will say, even if I had listened to it, I think Challengers probably still wins.
I would agree.
I think Challengers is basically been like the palate cleanser soundtrack while I've been listening to soundtracks the last several days. I forget who texted something about it in the group chat, but I was like, all right, well, let me put it on. And I put on the first song, and I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is my music. This is dope. So good. I did think I had forgotten to turn off an alarm at first during the first song. At the very end, I grabbed my phone because I was at work. But that's a good soundtrack. Challengers is a good soundtrack. And my apologies to those who have seen Pride and Prejudice. There's a reason I haven't seen it, but that's a topic for another day.
I love it. I love Pride and Prejudice. I love that soundtrack. But yeah, all right, Maddie, signing vote here.
This sucks, y'all. I adore Pride and Prejudice. It was in my top 10 movies. It was up there. I think it was in my top 3, at least, if not top 5. Challengers soundtrack is fantastic. I was listening to it in the gym Monday in prep for this, and it was one of the best workouts I've had in a while. It was incredible. It's so good. It's suited so well for the genre. It's so clever and done so well. And just thematically, it's perfect, and it just works in all the right places when it comes back to tennis and the relationships, and just it's brought in moments that you don't expect. I think one of the best moments of the soundtrack is used is when Patrick and Zendaya, the girl, I don't remember her name, are driving through Tasha. They're driving and the music turns on. It's so good. It's so good.
It is. So
but Pride and Prejudice is, I'm gonna keep it short. Pride and Prejudice I adore. I listen to it constantly. I'm trying to remove emotion from it.
Don't remove emotion. That's what music is for.
I can't not choose Pride and Prejudice. I can't not. Okay. I cannot not choose Pride and Prejudice.
I figured as much. All right. Head is Challengers, tails Pride and Prejudice.
Oh, wow.
Flip a coin. It's tails. Pride and Prejudice moves forward.
As it should.
I am actually so pissed that both Trent and Atticus Ross songs.
That's brutal. I can agree with that. That's absolutely brutal.
I'm not even. I'm so mad. Neither one of them made it through. Whatever. I'm over it. Stupid. All right. Mission Impossible: Pirates of the Caribbean. Let's move on. I'm actually pissed. All right. Go ahead, Mary.
Pirates of the Caribbean, hands down, every day, every hour. It's Hans Zimmer. I want to cry when I listen to it, but also like become a pirate and steal everybody's gold and freaking crash a ship into another one. So while I do appreciate the iconic Mission Impossible theme, and I know Zimmer wrote the ones for Mission Impossible 2, Pirates of the Caribbean, it's just too good. I love it. It's fantastic. That's all I have to say.
All right. Samuel?
It's Pirates. I think Mission Impossible is good. Everyone knows the theme song. That's about all you remember.
Yeah.
Oh no. All right, Maddie.
Yeah, I love Pirates of the Caribbean is iconic. Incredible. Mission Impossible is iconic. Mare and I both said this when we were talking about it, that we were listening to Mission Impossible like at work, and I turned it off. I was getting stressed. I was getting overstimulated, and it's fantastic, but it doesn't beat Pirates for me. Sorry. That's the truth.
I love Mission Impossible. It has such a soft spot in my heart, especially when Luke and I were living together. We played it all the time. And the whole entire Fallout soundtrack is so good. I disagree with your take, Samuel, that only people know the theme. I think that's wrong. Stairs and Rooftops is one of the best action songs ever, in my opinion. Makes me so hype. But it's still not very close. Pirates takes it for me. I think pretty handedly there. I love it, but yeah. All right. That's going to be up. Okay. All right.
Setting ourselves up for a crazy.
Here we go to probably Maddie's toughest round here. We have How to Train Your Dragon versus Knives Out. Maddie, how about you start on this one, Maddie?
Guys, I can't do this. This is insane. Knives Out, y'all, I've listened to more times than I can count, but listening to How to Train Your Dragon, Love's Flight, the first one, Welcome to Berk.
Romantic Flight, yeah.
Romantic Flight. It's so it's like I want to be a Viking. I want to get a cool hat. It fits so well. But Knives Out is the string quartet. It fits the murder mystery genre, I think, better than any murder mystery movie I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I think it fits the genre, it fits the setting, it fits so well. And I have to say it before I regret. I choose Knives Out. I can't not. I choose Knives Out.
I love it, Maddie. I absolutely love it.
But How to Train Your Dragon is a masterpiece. I just want to say that before I... Oh, I'm so sorry, Jenna.
Yeah, she's gonna hate you.
I love it.
Oh, man. Sorry.
I can go next. This one was really hard, too. I listened to Knives Out pretty much the entire day yesterday. I love it. I love it so much. It's perfect, like, study music while also being perfect gym music. I listen to it in the gym as well. I think it has such variety. My only critique, or my only thing that has How to Train Your Dragon that beats this is How to Train Your Dragon has more of a variety to it. It has slower songs, but also has extremely fast-paced songs. Knives Out, for me, what I've noticed, all the songs are fantastic, but they all do, in my opinion, sound similar, in a similar vein. And it's still great. I mean, sometimes that does make it great. You know, sometimes that's all it needs is that. But How to Train Your Dragon for me wins it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Totally valid.
Mare?
I was going through all these movies and familiarizing myself with the ones that I wasn't familiar with. I got to Mission Impossible, and the next one was Knives Out, and I didn't get to it. So I am having trouble remembering what it sounds like, even though I know I love it. I love Murder Mystery. I love String Quartet. I know I love one of them because I've heard it a ton of times. Don't know about the rest of them. Regardless, How to Train Your Dragon would probably win anyway because I love How to Train Your Dragon. That's just, it's Fair phenomenal. Enough. John Powell is amazing.
The man.
And I love those movies so much. And like Josh was saying, the variety, the emotion, all the things. How to Train Your Dragon, hands down.
All right, Samuel?
Yeah, it's How to Train Your Dragon. I'm sorry, Maddie.
Yeah. No, guys, totally fair.
It's
I'm
How to Train Your Dragon is a masterpiece in my mind. That it gives you the feeling of what it would be. I think it gives you the feeling of what it'd feel like to fly. Like if we could ride on the back of a dragon, like test flight, I think would be that feeling made into music. Yeah, it's totally so good. It's so good. And the rest, the rest of the songs fit the movie so well. To give Knives Out its credit, I did really enjoy the movie. The music didn't.
But you did it.
I did.
But you did or didn't?
I did. I did really enjoy the movie. I said I'm giving it credit. I did really enjoy the movie. I don't particularly remember the soundtrack. So but How to Train Your Dragon. I'm sorry, it's How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
That's
he cooked.
awesome.
Good. He cooked with that
Absolutely
soundtrack.
Went insane.
He did.
I agree with that.
All right, sorry, Maddie. Hate to see it.
And life goes on. And the dragons still fly.
That's right.
Amen.
All right, up next we have Puss in Boots. Specifically, this was my pick from The Last Wish, the newest movie, versus Blade Runner 2049. I like both of these movies. Puss in Boots is good, and I think some of the soundtracks are so great. I think they're too new, and I also just think Blade Runner is levels above. So I'm going to pick Blade Runner.
Yeah, I'll go next because I pretty much agree. I think Puss in Boots is fantastic. I went back and I listened to actually the original, the very first soundtrack.
Oh, nice.
And it's so fun. I listened to both. So good. It's the first one too is just, it's great. It's very, very good. But also too, like I agree. I think it's too new. And I think too, they also have to stay within the bounds of the fact that, which actually no, this is bold because How to Train Your Dragon is the same. I was going to say they have to stay in the bounds because it's a kids movie, but so many kids movies have fantastic soundtracks, so I'm not even going to say that. But I agree. Too new, good, but Blade Runner 2049 was just like, it was epic.
It's explosive, yes.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Yeah, so that one's out for me as well.
All right, Mare?
No, I'll go last. Samuel can go.
Okay. Blade Runner 2049. Listened to it earlier today while reading. Again, I listen to a lot of soundtracks while I read. This one in particular fit the book very well, which was a nice surprise. But it was also just a fantastic soundtrack. I really enjoyed it. So it wins.
I didn't get the chance to listen to Puss in Boots. I have no idea what it sounds like. But I did get to listen to Blade Runner. I'm sorry. I was listening to an audiobook this week that I couldn't stop listening to. So sorry, my priorities were not in the right order this week. But I did get to listen to some of Blade Runner 2049, and I know it's Zimmer.
So
I'm already
biased. We may have our winner.
Yeah.
All right. And I would have been outvoted anyway, so Blade Runner.
Sure. All right.
Ooh,
this is...
Deep breaths, Keaton.
All right. We have Last Samurai versus Babylon. Samuel, why don't you start us off?
Okay. I am so glad I remembered Last Samurai at the last second, at the buzzer, so to speak. It is an incredible soundtrack. I hope you guys have either seen the movie or listened to the soundtrack. If you haven't seen the movie, go watch it. To anyone listening, go watch it. It's an incredibly powerful movie in my mind. And the soundtrack is beautiful. I think that's the best way to describe it. It's beautiful, it's emotional, it's powerful, it's fantastic. Babylon, I don't have any thoughts on it. And that is an indictment in my mind. So, Last Samurai.
All right, Meredith?
Babylon was another one I did get to listen to. I have no idea what it sounds like. Never seen the movie.
Okay, that's just frustrating.
I'm so sorry. I will make sure to listen to it, but I'm going to tell you right now, Last Samurai is one of my favorites. I probably wouldn't have chosen it anyway. Because, again, Zimmer. Sorry. But Last Samurai is just so good. It's so good. That was another movie where I heard the soundtrack, and I was like, okay, I have to watch this movie. The soundtrack is too good. And then the movie was phenomenal, too. But I love that music. That's another one that makes me emotional, that I get chills every time. So, Last Samurai.
Okay.
All right, Maddie.
All right. I've never seen Babylon. I loved it. I really liked it. It felt messy and chaotic and it set the scene. I don't know entirely. I don't entirely know the plot of Babylon. I've seen a couple clips of it, but I know it's kind of like Hollywood, right? Kind of like early Hollywood, that kind of vibe. And 1920s. I think it kind of fits the sleazy, grimy, gritty part of it. I really did enjoy. I haven't seen Last Samurai either. Sorry, Samuel, but I really enjoyed the soundtrack when I listened to it. But in all, is Babylon the same guy who does La La Land? Is Justin?
Yes, right? It is.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And it was so good. And it went, I think last Samurai was really good, but Babylon wins out for me. I really enjoyed it.
Okay,
Yeah.
just the fact that
Babylon
it's Justin
wins out.
Hurwitz, I will listen to this. I love Justin Hurwitz.
The first song, the opening song.
He's phenomenal.
So good. Phenomenal, dude. Phenomenal.
Yeah. Babylon is one of my favorite sleeper soundtracks. Not many people know about it.
It's great, man.
It's so wonderful. It's amazing. Voodoo Mama, that song goes crazy.
Dude,
that song. I was listening to it in my car.
Lit. I was getting lit at work.
Oh my gosh, it gets so. Oh my gosh.
There were so many times at work where I was just like, going crazy
at
my desk. It was awesome.
Yeah, Babylon. Babylon is just, man, it's so freaking good, man.
Yeah.
I like Babylon instrumental better than I do La La Land instrumental.
Wow. Wow. Hot take.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I'm on Babylon. All right. All right. Last Samurai's heads, Babylon's tails. Flip a coin.
No.
I'm literally like 1 for 4 on these freaking
Dang
flips,
it,
man.
That sucks. Babylon is so good.
If you haven't listened to it, please, whoever's listening, please listen to it.
I'm upset that I haven't listened to it.
Yeah, me too. Because that doesn't be fair. But we're gonna keep moving on. All right. Because I listen to Spirit, but okay. All right. We have Top Gun Maverick versus Harry Potter. Love Top Gun. Harry Potter wins though. Not much to say about it for me, at least. Harry Potter wins.
Same for me. Harry Potter wins. Nothing to say.
Harry Potter. Top Gun Maverick. Harry Potter. For podcast listeners, I made 2 faces.
Thank goodness for people who are on Spotify. I'm sure they didn't want to see that. All right, Samuel, what's your...
I wanted to see it, Maddie.
Josh. Thank you, Meredith.
There we go. Samuel, what are your picks?
I was talking to you about this earlier, Josh, or the other day.
Yeah.
Harry Potter is good. So is Top Gun Maverick. Oh, Samuel. It's tough, man. It's tough. This is a genuine
It's really good.
Whoa, what? Coin flip.
Coin
toss, if you will. I'll give it to Harry Potter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Barely.
Mr.
I'll add. Barely.
All right. Yeah. All right. The round of 32 or 64 has been completed. We are on to I think that was round of 32. Now we're on to the Sweet 16.
Let's do it.
And it's gonna get spicy now. It's gonna get spicy for sure. All right, our first matchup here is Gladiator versus Lord of the Rings. Meredith is about to have an aneurysm here, and we are
for good reason.
Okay, I can start us out here. Wow. I already said my thoughts on these 2 movies. I'm going with Lord of the Rings.
I'm just going to go ahead and hop on that train. I am in the same boat. Said my thoughts. Lord of the Rings wins out for me every time. Yeah, it's incredible.
It is.
Gladiator.
So is Gladiator. Gladiator is so great too. You're going Gladiator?
I just dropped the mic. Yes. Yeah. I'm going Gladiator.
Okay.
I think it'd be a bit hypocritical of me at this point to choose anything other than Gladiator. It's been a long time since I've seen Lord of the Rings, and I remember it's a good soundtrack, but I don't have any real nostalgia with it. Gladiator wins. That last song, especially in Gladiator, is just it's peak. It's really, really good. So I'm going Gladiator. 2-1 Mare.
And Meredith is the deciding call here.
How are you feeling?
Josh, get that coin ready. I gotta go Gladiator.
No!
Josh, you have to...
If
I don't
Lord of
want
the
to be on
Rings...
Josh's team anymore.
I'm gonna cry.
If Lord of the Rings gets out, I'm gonna be so mad, dude. All right.
This is...
Let's see if
Josh,
I can
you
1
better
for
not.
5.
You're
I care about
jinx
this
on
coin
these,
toss.
man.
I care about this coin toss.
Gladiator's heads,
too.
Lord of the Rings is tails. Flip a coin. Tails! Yes! Yes!
Thank goodness.
Let's go. The better soundtrack wins it.
We're freaking cooking.
Go.
We're cooking.
All right, Mary, get ready because this next one's about to be brutal too.
Suck.
All right. I already know who you're going with, but we'll see. All right. Lord of the Rings takes it. Gladiator goes down. If Gladiator has a different road, it probably goes to the finals.
Oh, it goes so far.
I don't know.
It goes so far. Look at the rest of the team, the lineup. If we randomize this again,
yeah. If it was down here, well, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I told you, Josh, before we recorded. I said that top left is going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Yeah. It's.
And speaking of which, we have Oppenheimer versus Spirit.
I'll say my piece. Oppenheimer.
Yep. Go ahead, Samuel.
Oppenheimer.
Okay.
Oppenheimer.
Right.
It's
one for Oppenheimer.
Excellent piece.
Spirit is good. I'm sorry, 4 songs do not beat in any world the brilliance that is Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
I don't care how good they are. And they are very good.
All right.
But Oppenheimer.
Natty?
Look at Mare. Yeah, dude. Mare. Hey, Mare. Hey, me and you. Hey, it's just me and you right now. I love Spirit, and you know that. I yelled at CJ and Ari too when they were laughing the entire time. I didn't yell at them, actually. I kind of goaded it on. Anyway, a new topic. Oppenheimer wins out for me. Spirit is incredible, but to Samu's point, only 4 songs versus just the epic that is Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer is so beautiful. I haven't even seen the movie. And that soundtrack was like...
Wow, yeah.
Indescribable. Like, I can't even imagine what it took to compose that. Like, as an artist, like the artist itself, like, yeah, Oppenheimer.
Yeah. Meredith?
Go ahead.
Josh, I think it's your turn.
I agree. I mean, it's hard. It's genuinely difficult. I mean, I like Oppenheimer better than Braveheart.
Which is big.
I mean, I love both of these soundtracks. They're great. And I think it genuinely does come down to Spirit having only 4 songs versus Oppenheimer having 12 to 15 that I absolutely love. I think that Spirit's run. What is it called? Run what?
Run Free.
What's the Run Free? I think that one is better than most of the songs. I think it might be better than all of them. But Oppenheimer as a whole takes it for me, just out of consistency. I'm sorry, Meredith. Go ahead.
Excuse me while I remove this knife from my heart. This isn't even a competition for me. It's Spirit. I don't care if it only has 4 songs.
I'm sorry, Meredith.
It's okay. No one has the love for this movie that I do.
No,
my sisters would disagree.
But it is. I mean, it beat Braveheart. I mean, that's something.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
All right. Rest in peace, Spirit.
I'm gonna have.
Thank you for being a horse.
If this is close, I'm gonna lose my mind.
All right, Narnia and Mad Max. I'm probably the only one here that's gonna make an argument for Mad Max. I'm still gonna give it to Narnia, but I do love Mad Max. I think it's underrated. More people need to listen to it. It's great, but Narnia is objectively better.
Narnia.
Yeah. Kudos to that. My thoughts versus just even to like my little review of their initial thoughts. Mad Max, again, boy, rah. Narnia, going on and on about how just like whimsical and beautiful it is. Narnia takes it for me all day. Hey, Mare, you doing okay over there?
Mare, now you know how I feel over here.
Narnia.
Or with Babylon.
I don't even need to say anything about anything else. Narnia.
All right, I'm gonna go on a limb here and say you're picking Narnia too, Samuel?
Oh yeah, it's not close. It's not close. Narnia is.
Sorry, I got a glimpse of what is coming.
Yeah, I know.
All right,
I know.
All right. Up next, we have Narnia takes it to the Elite Eight. Up next, our next matchup is Interstellar versus La La Land.
I don't like this.
Something just hurt.
Something just died inside of me.
Something physically. I feel like I'm having like a physical reaction.
Yeah. I can start.
Go ahead.
I'm
interested to see what you think.
It's just because La La Land is such a dear place in my heart. No other movie has affected me like that. It's my favorite movie, so obviously I have bias.
Instrumentals only.
Right. And I think that's why it's going to go to Interstellar because it's the instrumentals are so great. But it doesn't beat out something as monumental as Interstellar for me. And I'm willing to swallow that ego and let my favorite movie go for this, because Interstellar is, in my opinion, objectively better. I'm okay with that.
Well, La La Land is your favorite movie for other reasons than the soundtrack, so.
Sure, but soundtrack is a big, big part of it.
Oh, yeah.
Josh, you're so brave.
Thank you, Maddie.
I respect you.
All right, Maddie, go ahead.
No, I can't go after that.
All right, we'll go Meredith.
This is a tough choice, but I have to agree with Josh. I think Interstellar wins out just because I love La La Land so much. Yeah. But I also Interstellar just like makes me feel more emotions than just the couple that La La Land does. And it's just so powerful, so wonderful. I love it, even though I love La La Land almost as much. It's a hard choice, but Interstellar.
Yeah, hold on, continue. I'm gonna grab something.
We lost him.
I'm still here.
No, we lost Josh.
Yeah, he left.
La La Land.
Should hold this while we talk about this.
Oh my gosh, just holding it near and dear to yourself. Folks, for our audio listeners, he's holding up his vinyl copy of La La Land because he's cool.
Right. Hey, I'm gonna go get one.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna have spirit. All right, continue, Mary. Go ahead, Samuel. You go first.
Samuel, go right ahead.
I am in the minority here by far.
Don't you dare.
La La Land was a very good movie. It is stuck with me in ways that other movies have not, and I will give it credit for that. I give it a lot of credit for that. It's not my favorite. I do not love it with the same love that the three of you love it. Even without that, Interstellar would win, though. Even without that, Interstellar is a masterpiece.
This is the worst.
It's a masterpiece.
Sucks.
This is the worst.
This is the worst.
It's like choosing
but no movie has truly affected me the way that La La Land has. No story. Honestly, no story has really affected me as much as that. But the music in Interstellar is, like I said, a space odyssey.
Yeah.
And it is as good as, like, I think the music is as good as the visuals and the storytelling, and that is a genius story. And watching it in theaters, everything that Josh said repeated. It is my favorite movie. I know you can play the instrumentals, and I could probably name them to you within the first couple seconds. Summer Montage, Herman's Habit, Boise, all of them. Boise. And so, but Interstellar, all the reasons Josh said, Interstellar, and it's a very difficult choice.
It is, and I think it comes down to, like, the average song on Interstellar is better than the average song on La La Land. I think it comes down to
epic.
That. Like, the worst song on Interstellar is better than the worst song or the weakest song on La La Land.
Yeah,
and that's just it has to come down to that, and I'm okay with that.
I agree.
All right, we got Star Wars versus Fantastic Mr. Fox on the right side for the Sweet 16 round. I think this is also a very similar argument with what I just made here. Love Mr. Fox dearly, but Star Wars has too much of a magnitude. It's too great. It's not even like I don't believe in people saying like, oh, it's iconic, that means it's better. Star Wars, I think, is just objectively better.
Yeah.
And it might be because it's iconic, because it's been in here, it's been able to build time for 50 years. So, but I'm going with Star Wars. Mare?
Yeah, I've got to go with Star Wars. Fantastic Mr. Fox is really good. Like, I really do enjoy the soundtrack a lot. When I was listening to it, I added multiple songs to my instrumental playlist that weren't on there.
Yeah.
That should have been before 2 days ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, Star Wars is just, it's phenomenal. I also saw that live, so.
Yeah. Hard to beat that.
Yeah.
All right, Samuel? I mean, yeah.
I made my thoughts on Fantastic Mr. Fox already known.
Very clear.
It's Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because it's Star Wars because it's great. Not because I dislike Fantastic Mr. Fox. It's Star Wars because Star Wars is great.
Yeah.
Repeat. I love Fantastic Mr. Fox, and it is quaint and perfect for the movie. Star Wars is incredible, and it goes so far past being iconic. It's accomplished what I don't know if any movie has done that yet.
Yeah.
Since it came out. It's incredible.
I agree.
Boom.
All right. We got Pride and Prejudice versus Pirates of the Caribbean. Mare, why don't you start?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay.
Maddie?
Yeah.
That was quick. I thought it was going to be more of a discussion there.
Ripping off the band-aid.
I love Pride and Prejudice, but it's not going to be Pirates of the Caribbean. Sorry.
Okay, you guys are going to kill me. I still haven't seen Pirates of the Caribbean. And I choose Pride and Prejudice. And I also would like to stay friends with all of you. I would also like to still be friends.
We need a
crazy. And I have a hot take about Pirates.
This is unbelievable.
I'd also like to still be on the podcast. And
that's happening this summer.
Yes, please.
After Dune.
Yes. Mare is in.
That is, I don't know how we even convinced.
How do we become friends?
I truly have no words.
Because of my charming personality, typically.
All right, let's calm down here. All right. Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice.
Are you going Pride and Prejudice?
Pride and Prejudice.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I love it.
All right, Samuel, let's just go ahead.
Pirates.
I agree.
Pirates.
It's just Pirates.
Yeah.
I really do like Pride and Prejudice too. Not near as much as you guys. I like the movie a lot, but I don't think it compares to Pirates. All right. We have How to Train Your Dragon versus Blade Runner 2049.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
How to Train.
Yeah.
How to Train Your Dragon.
It is. Man, I love Blade Runner 2.
I really liked it, but How to Train Your Dragon.
I don't think any of y'all have seen that movie either, so it sucks.
I've seen the first one.
All right, How to Train.
I need to watch the second one.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The first one's not great. All right. Oh boy. All right, we got Last Samurai versus Harry Potter. It's going Harry Potter for me because Babylon's better than Last Samurai, so it's going Harry Potter for me.
I gotta agree, and also Harry Potter, dude. I am gonna bring in bias to it. That is one of my favorite series.
Yeah, I agree,
and I think that music is so iconic to it, and so perfect for it, and so clever and well done. Boom.
Agreed. Mare? Yeah, I had a feeling Mare and Samuel would be torn here. Well, Samuel, I think that's...
I will. I could talk first, Mare, if you want me to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. We're going to talk about biases here. The Harry Potter movies are terrible adaptations of the books, and that heavily influences my
I disagree.
opinions.
I disagree.
The music is very good.
Disagree.
Terrible might have been strong. I did that mostly
Terrible
the rage
is
bait.
strong.
But they're not great adaptations. I just don't think they are.
But
the music's
when you
good.
See how much is left out of the books?
I agree. I mean,
that's a whole other conversation. Yeah, but I can get behind that.
The books are just better.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
The books are better. I agree. I totally agree.
The music is good. I will give it that. It has a very memorable and iconic theme. I don't remember much else.
Fair enough. So you're going Last Samurai?
I'm going Last Samurai.
All right. Mare?
As much as I love The Last Samurai, there's just too much. I mean, you have first of all, you've got John Williams, Alexander Desplat, Nicholas Hooper. I think there's one more. They all across the 7 or 8 movies. You have all these different composers who are all so talented, and they you hear each of their different styles in all of them. but they all still fit. Like, leaving Hogwarts makes me emotional. Dumbledore's Farewell, I could cry every time I listen to it. Lily's theme is so good. Statues is so good.
Yeah.
Hedwig's theme, dude.
Oh
my gosh,
theme,
talk iconic.
Classic.
Literally all of it. It's just, yeah. Last summer I listened to, if I'm being honest, I listened to one score from that movie, and Harry Potter I listened to like all of them. So
fair enough.
All right. Harry and Winter.
Yeah.
There's just so many good ones. Harry and Hermione. Yeah. All right, I'm done.
Okay. I love it. I think your knowledge on composers is my knowledge on directors, and I think it's so funny.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
It is the most I love it.
It's awesome.
Okay, we have made it to our Elite Eight. What's our time at?
Will hurt.
We are at hour 42.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Okay.
I'm preparing myself emotionally.
All right. Okay. For our first matchup, we have Lord of the Rings versus Oppenheimer.
Scroll down. Scroll down to see what the other. Oh.
I am going to make some outlandish claims in that round.
All right, we'll wait.
And I'm fine.
We'll wait. All right, I'm not starting on this one.
I'm gonna go Lord of the Rings because Spirit should have won out over.
My gosh. My.
Lord of the Rings is I just like
incredible.
It better. Oppenheimer, it's so good, but I feel like a lot of them are very similar. Lord of the Rings has more variety. We've said this before about other scores, but I think Oppenheimer has a lot of the same themes, and y'all know what I'm saying. A lot of it sounds the same. Lord of the Rings, while it's in the they're all the same genre, there's still variety, and I just it's better.
All right, Samuel?
I think it's Oppenheimer. And I'm sorry. And
I'm sorry.
I like Lord of the Rings. I do. I think I've voted against Lord of the Rings in every round so far, and I swear that's not it's not intentional. I like Lord of the Rings. But this is tough. I think Oppenheimer's better. I remember it more. And that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Oppenheimer.
All right, Jules.
Lord of the Rings. The fact that the soundtrack spans 3 movies so well and wraps it up so beautifully, and hearkening back and forth to, I am obsessed with different themes when it comes to characters, and it pulls all of the different themes in so well, and it creates such unique musical motifs for every different type of being that exists in the Lord of the Rings universe, like the elves and the humans and the Shire, the significant musical motifs that go along with every even being. I'm obsessed when a soundtrack does that, and Oppenheimer doesn't really have the opportunity to do that in the unique way that Lord of the Rings does, just because of the different genres of film. But I think Lord of the Rings does an incredible job at spanning 3 insanely long movies in such a beautiful way that is satisfying at the end. And I agree with Mayor, a lot more variety than Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer is fantastic for what it is, but I don't think it compares to what Lord of the Rings is able to do over such a long period of time. Yeah. Josh, good luck. Let's dive in.
Here's my thought process here. I agree with you guys. I do think Lord of the Rings has more variety. I think fantasy movies have a much higher chance of going far because they have more room to be applicable to the story. The story is much more attractive because it's more compelling to audiences, and it's wholesome and it's sweet, and a lot of the music goes along with that really well. I am going Lord of the Rings. I do think Oppenheimer is too new. I think if you asked me in 10 years, I would probably still say Lord of the Rings, but it would be closer. I love Oppenheimer. It makes the movie that much better, truly. And I don't think Lord of the Rings, that the music has that much of an impact. I think Oppenheimer's music has a bigger impact on the movie than Lord of the Rings does. But as a soundtrack as a whole, I think Lord of the Rings is better. So I'm going to go with that. Lord of the Rings is the first one in our final 4.
Oh, no.
All right.
I'm gonna lose.
We have probably the hardest matchup so far.
Easily.
We have Narnia versus Interstellar. So, Samuel, do you want to go ahead and just say your piece?
Yeah, I think I'm going to, because I'm scared that the 3 of you are going to vote against me. And I'm going to be left to give the singular cast to Narnia. I will acknowledge from the start, Interstellar is a masterpiece. It is fantastic. It is wonderful. Narnia is perfect.
Fair enough.
It has everything. It has incredible triumphs. It has the same. It pulls in themes from the very beginning of the movie. Mr. Tumnus theme carries out really throughout the movie. I don't even know what instrument it is. It's like that flute that just kind of carries it throughout, and then the battle scene from Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is fantastic. And if we're going to go multiple movies and just say Narnia as a whole, The Call by Spectre at the
Regina
end.
Spectre.
Thank you. At the end of Prince Caspian might be the greatest ending song to a movie ever.
My God.
Doesn't count as a score, but that song was perfectly placed. It's perfect. It makes me cry. Okay.
It is fantastic. You're right, I forgot it doesn't count as a score, which sucks. But my point stands.
Yeah.
I think Narnia takes it. I would die. I will. I'm going to die on that hill. I understand. I've accepted defeat already, but it's fine. Narnia.
I think you should hear. You should hear us out.
Narnia is so good. It is so good. It's
I don't think this is gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be a landslide that you think it might be, Samuel. We'll have to see.
I hope not. I hope not. But
yeah, I'll go next. This is where Narnia's Train for me ends. I love it. I think if I had more time with it, like you had, Samuel, I think if I grew up with it, I did grow up with the Narnia movies, but not to that extent that you did. And it is great, but I just think Interstellar is just subjectively better. So it's not super close for me because I'm not super educated on Narnia, so it's Interstellar for me.
It's fair. I'm not even upset. I really am not. But
all right, let's go, Maddie next.
I adore Narnia. I've loved it since I was a kid. I remember in the second movie when the centaur is at the gate dying, or sobbing to that scene when I was 15 for some reason watching it. I don't know why.
Relatable.
I'm remembering that right now, but it's incredible. But I do have to agree with Josh. I think it is beautiful and so well done. But I think that what Interstellar does is just so epic and so iconic and so beautiful. I can't. That wins out for me. Good luck, Mary.
Yeah.
Samuel, we're dying on that hill together because I'm up there with you.
Thank you, Meredith. My gosh.
Wait, are you picking Narnia?
Josh is glitching.
Josh got so excited he
died. What's going on, Josh? Josh.
No, Josh.
Do what?
Sorry. Are you picking Narnia? Sorry. Are you picking Narnia?
I'm picking Narnia over everything.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Flip the coin, baby.
That's not even.
Right.
Josh, I hate that. Josh is a bet.
I can't believe Mare's going against.
Mare, did you say it's not a competition?
It's not a competition.
Mare's going against Hans again.
I love
This is
Hans
her
Zimmer.
4th time.
Oh, yes.
She went against him in Last Samurai.
Wow.
Which makes sense.
And I love Zimmer, but Narnia is perfect in every single way.
Do you think Narnia is better than Spirit? Real quick. 30 seconds.
Oh. No.
I've unlocked something.
Wow.
No?
Narnia's not better than Spirit?
Meredith, be so for real.
No.
Meredith, you need to let your nostalgia...
Score only? Narnia's not better?
It's 4 songs, Meredith. Versus all of Narnia. Do you think Star Wars is better than Narnia? Or do you think Star Wars is better than Spirit?
No.
Meredith, you know what? Meredith? If it was the full soundtrack, I can see a case. I can see a case if it's the full soundtrack. All right. Sorry, but just the 4 songs, that's nuts.
All right.
Thank you for choosing Narnia.
Heads is Narnia. Tails is Interstellar.
If it's not heads, I'm throwing my computer.
I'm going to lose my mind. You guys can't see me on camera, and I'm going to lose it.
It's heads.
Let's go!
Narnia takes it through.
Oh my god.
This crazy to not have Interstellar in the final 4.
This is going to be the matchup of the century.
That's going to lose it, and I know who I choose.
when I talked to Samuel earlier, I thought Interstellar was going to win the whole thing.
Yeah,
I did too. I was
versus Baptist.
I expected 3-1 Narnia to Interstellar. I really did.
Me too.
I thought Interstellar was going to win the whole thing. It's so good.
Mare
nah.
thought Spirit was going to win the whole thing.
That's for me.
All right, let's move forward. All right, we have Star Wars versus Pirates of the Caribbean. I can start this out. It's Pirates of the Caribbean for me. It just is.
Absolutely.
I can talk about the iconicness of both. I like the Pirates of the Caribbean movies better. I think Pirates of the Caribbean is better than Star Wars. Hottest take, I know.
Very brave.
I'm okay with that. I've always kind of been not a huge Star Wars guy.
Yeah, Star Wars
but
weird.
Get wrecked, Ari. Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean is just better. It's just better in my opinion.
I'm gonna go ahead and agree with everything that Josh just said, including that Pirates is better than Star Wars.
Yeah, nice. All right, Samuel.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like this one's gonna be tough for you.
It's not. Star Wars wins. I'm trying to find what to say about Pirates.
He said.
It's not. I don't think it's close.
For the record, it's not.
For the record, please, let's not. Pirates is overplayed. It's very good.
The theme might be, but you gotta listen to the whole freaking thing.
That's what. Okay,
and Star Wars isn't. I'm sorry.
Not to the.
What kind of argument is that?
Not to the same extent.
Yes, it is. Star Wars is more played.
I'm sorry. That is a weak argument, brother. That is weak.
Look,
the Imperial or what? The March. That is played so.
Imperial March, Duel of the Fates.
Because Duel of the Fates is incredible.
It is incredible. I'm not going to deny that.
And the Pirates theme isn't.
The Pirates theme is good. It's very, very, very good. It's great. I'm not in love with it. I'm not. I think it's Star Wars wins.
Well, it's not in love with
Pirates
you either.
is good. That's fair. That's fine. That's fine. I've never loved the Pirates movies. Star Wars, I do.
I have my choice, and this is based off purely which one I enjoy listening to more in my time. Because I haven't seen Pirates. I have seen Star Wars, and I'm a huge fan of the Star Wars movies. But what I enjoy listening to more, just as a human being, Pirates.
No way!
Crazy.
Wow,
but I enjoy listening to Pirates more. Star Wars, cool. But, like, it's, like, also, like, just space. All right.
I agree.
Davy Jones makes me feel
incredible.
Things.
Really, I feel awesome. I feel like I could conquer the universe.
Can we clip that of Meredith real quick, and then we can
one day
take that out of context?
Yeah, I don't care. Take it
out of
context.
Makes me feel things.
It's on her hear me out list.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
All right. That's an octopus for a man. All right.
Not the person. Literally the score. The score is on my hear me out.
The score is hear me out.
The music.
All right. We have. We have How to Train Your Dragon versus Harry Potter.
But
I can start.
Wow.
Go for it.
Oh man, I don't want to start.
I can start.
All right, Dills.
Coming from a self-proclaimed huge Harry Potter fan.
Potterhead.
Yeah, unfortunately, tragically,
it's fine.
How to Train Your Dragon takes it for me.
Wow,
it is crazy. It is a masterpiece. It is. I know, but I think How to Train Your Dragon is a masterpiece. I remember driving down the Parkway at night, playing How to Train Your Dragon full blast, and I was like, oh my god, this is incredible. I think there's more in Harry Potter, obviously, 8 movies, but I think that How to Train Your Dragon does it so well. Like someone earlier said it's a near perfect soundtrack, and I agree with that. I think that there are more good songs on the How to Train Your Dragon sound like a full all 3 movies than there are good ones in Harry Potter. There's a lot of ones that are just forgettable and repeat. But I think How to Train Your Dragon, like the songs that are used in like the dragon flights and the dragon fights, are so much better. Yeah, okay. Are so much better than the ones for Quidditch in Harry Potter and the fight scenes in Harry Potter. Those are awesome and really exciting, but none stick out like the ones do and get me as like pumped as How to Train Your Dragon.
All right, Meredith?
This is also a difficult choice for me. I'm a Potterhead through and through. I freaking love Harry Potter. It's
so good.
Oh, so good. I mean, I send Harry Potter reels to Maddie on a daily
basis. It's incredible. And I every time I see one, I go, Harry Potter.
But How to Train Your Dragon wins.
Yep. It's so good. I
love Harry Potter so much, but it's just so good. Yeah. You just feel things, all the emotions. It's phenomenal. Like that is emotion in music. And while Harry Potter does it well, just not to the degree that How to Train Your Dragon does.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree. I think I'm, and y'all might not know, I think I'm a sleeper Potterhead. I wouldn't say I'm to the point where y'all are, but I've read those books, which is saying something, multiple times. And I've seen those movies more times than I can count. I grew up on them. I know so much trivia about them. It's like Harry Potter trivia. I know like all of us love, especially like Jana and Mare and Maddie. You guys love it, but it is How to Train Your Dragon. It just is.
So good.
Agreed.
We got to do the Harry Potter trivia game at some point.
Yes, that'd be awesome.
That would be so fun.
How to Train Your Dragon is objectively.
Jana would lose. She's like reading through the books the first time.
But she's still not finished them.
What? She's not a Potterhead.
So slow, dude.
Jana's not.
Hasn't she been reading it for like 4 years?
I've read the books that she has.
I swear she's been reading it for that long.
Yeah,
she's been reading it forever.
And all right, she's never seen the movies.
To our that's crazy final 4. These two matchups are hard.
A brutal Final 4, as it should be.
A brutal Final 4. The first one is Lord of the Rings versus Narnia. 2 series going against each other. Look, for me, it is Lord of the Rings. It's similar reasoning to what I said about Interstellar. If it had been Interstellar and Lord of the Rings, this would have been a lot harder argument for me. But it's not. And it's Lord of the Rings. I don't know who's gonna go next. Y'all pick. I know Samuel's gonna.
I'll go next. I don't care. I'll go next. Just to give the opposite opinion. It's Narnia. I feel terrible. I've voted against Lord of the Rings every round. It's not personal, Lord of the Rings. I swear.
Hates it.
I don't. But Narnia is perfect. It's so good. I just think it's unbelievable. The soundtrack the score. My apologies. Is so good. And yeah, I don't know. The first, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe especially is incredible. Prince Caspian holds up right next to it. They're just so good. Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah, Harry Gregson Williams composed the hell out of those movies.
His brother's phenomenal too.
I did not know that.
I cannot think of a movie he writes for, but he's also really good.
All right, Dilly.
Okie doke. Because of the points that I made earlier, I'm still gonna have to go Lord of the Rings on this. I adore the Narnia movies. I grew up with them. I grew up with the books. I think they're incredible. But the Lord of the Rings soundtrack, I grew up watching the Narnia movies over and over. Yeah. But I've only seen all of the Lord of the Rings movies once, and the soundtrack stuck out to me in those movies more significantly than Narnia ever did.
Wow.
Yeah, which is saying something because I love scores to movies. But
you do.
Yeah, that just stands out. It just stood out so much more to me and made a deeper hit than Narnia ever did. And that's my 2 cents.
This is your call.
Well, like I said, Samuel and I are dying on our Narnia hill together because Narnia is perfect, and it goes through to the end. And I love Narnia with all my heart.
Wow. Yeah,
I had a feeling maybe both these are gonna be flipped. All right, we'll have to see.
Oh.
All right, heads is Lord of the Rings, tails is Narnia. Flip a coin. It is heads.
Wow.
I'm crushed.
Sorry, guys.
Lord of the Rings.
Meredith,
Lord
thank
of
you
the
for
Rings
standing
pulls
next to me.
through.
Thank you
Wow.
for supporting Narnia.
Wow.
This is rigged!
I'm glad Narnia made it as far as it did, though. Honestly.
Sorry. I just screamed. Sorry, Jana.
Jana's awake.
All right.
She sits straight up.
Lord of the Rings is the first one in the
Always Samuel.
finals.
I'm sorry, my connection's been terrible. Thank you for supporting Narnia.
Absolutely. Always. Every day
Narnia
of my life.
is, and forever will be, the greatest
That
soundtrack
stupid
ever composed.
Series stupid.
All right. Our next Final Four matchup is Pirates of the Caribbean versus How to Train Your Dragon. Meredith, I would love for you to start with this one.
I hate you. Gosh. Heck, man. Jana's gonna hate me. I have to go Pirates.
Wow.
Wow, I did not expect that. I didn't realize you love those so much.
I love.
Oh, she loves them.
I love them.
Wow.
It's so close. It's so close. I mean, like, it is, like, minutely.
Yeah.
Just above How to Train Your Dragon. But Pirates has to win. I love every bit of it. Like, like you guys heard me say earlier that I love emotional pieces and I gravitate more towards them. I love the action ones of these. They're so good. Like, I listen to the upbeat ones on a regular basis because I love them so much. It's not ones I skip. Like, I get pumped to Pirates of the Caribbean. I will be driving 30 miles an hour over the speed limit. Probably more. Sorry.
Whoops. All the cops listening to this are going to freak out.
Yeah.
I know. All right, Samuel. I think we already know your opinion here, but you can give it.
Yeah, it's How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay.
I feel like I've been a hater this whole show, and I really don't want to come across that way. Pirates,
it's good.
Pirates is really good, and I like it. I really do. But I think How to Train Your Dragon is better. All three of them. For the record. Yeah, I think as a whole they are better than Pirates. I think Pirates has some songs that are better, but as a whole, especially, How to Train Your Dragon takes it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I'll go next because I agree with all that. Yeah, I think How to Train Your Dragon takes it. I think it's incredible. I think it's so good. Yeah, How to Train Your Dragon just takes it all day for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to completely disagree. Pirates of the Caribbean is better, in my opinion. It is close though. I ditto everything Meredith said. It's very, very close. Pirates for me, I listen to it more. It amps me up more. It's awesome. It's awesome, man. So good. So
if Siri ruins this for me again.
All right. Pirates of the Caribbean is heads. How to Train Your Dragon is tails. Flip a coin. It's tails.
Oh, I'm alive and well.
Oh man. It's a good day to have won both of those in the finals. Wow.
Yeah,
except now it's bad because I have to.
That Narnia's
I love
not
both
here.
of these. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Meredith. It's only fair.
I hate everything.
I am sorry. You've lost so
This is why I don't
many.
have my Hey Siri on. This is why I have her turned off because I hate her.
All right, finals. We have Lord of the Rings versus How to Train Your Dragon.
OMG.
I can start. I think Pirates of the Caribbean is better than Lord of the Rings as a soundtrack standpoint. It's probably my second favorite soundtrack on this entire list, if not first, behind Interstellar. I'm going with Lord of the Rings as my winner. Pretty much. And I love How to Train Your Dragon, but Lord of the Rings it's just better. All right, Samuel.
Yeah. Narnia wins this for me. Still in my heart. I revive them from the dead. No, I'm kidding.
Just like Aslan.
Amen.
Just like Jesus.
Real.
Period.
Exactly. When he shakes his mane.
So good.
It's fantastic. I can quote that movie to you, probably front to back. I'm being dead serious. That said, How to Train Your Dragon is fantastic. I think Test Flight, I think that's the name of the song.
Test Drive, yeah.
Test Drive, excuse me. Evokes a feeling that is so hard to pin down. It's just
100%.
It is not quite ethereal, but it's close. It's what it would feel like to fly a dragon.
Yeah.
And Lord of the Rings doesn't have that. Not the same way.
All
not
right.
the same way.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. All comes
How to
down.
Train Your Dragon.
It all comes down to Meredith.
Maddie hasn't voted.
Maddie has not
say my
voted.
choice
Sorry.
yet.
I was like, what?
Sorry. I didn't know, Matt. I'm sorry. I thought Maddie already said her piece. My fault. Sorry, Maddie.
No, it's whatever. It's fine. Don't
All
care.
right, go ahead.
Go ahead,
Sorry,
Maddie.
I thought you already went with yours. Sorry.
Okay. I'm gonna. Hey, Josh. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna give my.
Oh, Matt.
Josh is my.
All right,
It's
Maddie.
me. I'm here.
I give you permission to go now, Maddie.
Finally, I've been
Dive in.
waiting. Okay. Okay. I completely agree with what Samuel just said. I think Lord of the Rings is incredible, but as a whole, like I said, all of the motifs, all of the fights, all of the unique elements of it, but nothing evokes the same emotion that How to Train Your Dragon does for me. It's this is why Josh skipped me, actually. We figured it out because he knew in his heart. Nothing evokes the same feeling that test drive does. Even the first one, I was getting lit in my car listening to Welcome to Berk.
Yeah.
And dude, trail running to Lord of the Rings, awesome. Trail running to Welcome to Berk, I am on crack cocaine when I'm running, listening to that song. So it gets me lit. So
I totally agree. Test Drive is unbelievable, and Romantic Flight makes me want to cry. It's so good. All right.
I think the question here is, does Meredith think Spirit wins so much that she just hates Lord of the Rings?
That is a great question.
And that is the question here.
That is... Or is we're just going to say Spirit for the rest of the podcast.
When I saw this last two, I knew Maddie was going to go Train Your Dragon. I knew Samuel was too, and I knew it was going to be Torn. I knew it was going to come down to Mare. And so it does.
What do you think I'm going to say, Josh?
Well.
What do you think I'm going to say?
Josh is so smart, and he does it so well.
I'm not saying I'm smart.
I'm
I just figured. I think you're going to go Lord of the Rings, but I could be wrong.
Well, you are wrong. I'm going to Train Your Dragon.
It's not better.
She holds the grudge.
Yes, it is.
It's not better.
I love Lord of the Rings, Josh. Do not get me wrong. How to Train Your Dragon is better.
Oh my word.
We all do. But we all really love How to Train Your Dragon.
I love Lord of the Rings, but
Wow.
How to Train, like they were saying, How to Train Your Dragon gives me way more emotion than Lord of the Rings does.
And that's Mare's thing, dude.
It is. I go by emotion.
Wow.
That's why I love
What
music.
a crazy list.
So your winner for our collective whole, not for individually,
Is Spirit.
is not Spirit losing in the second round. It is How to Train Your Dragon. Beating. Let's go over it. How to Train Your Dragon beat Knives Out. How to Train Your. They actually had a pretty easy run. I'm not gonna lie, except for Harry Potter.
And
Blade Runner 2049, Harry Potter, and somehow Pirates.
I didn't vote for it above Pirates.
Lord of the
Siri.
Rings. Yeah, I know.
Siri pushed it through.
How to Train Your Dragon wins it all. I'm not mad about it because How to Train Your Dragon is, we all love it. That's the thing. That's why I'm happy that we all love this soundtrack because it is objectively amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, real quickly, we're going to go over our top 4 and then our winner. Real quick. So Samuel, why don't you start?
Okay.
Of what our personal 4 would be.
If we were going to the same bracket, our personal 4, my top 4 would be Dune, Narnia, Star Wars, How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay. And then what would be in the finals?
My finals would be
Narnia.
Oh gosh. Star Wars versus How to Train Your Dragon. How to Train Your Dragon. It hurts. I love Star Wars. I love the music in Star Wars. But again, the test drive, that feeling is just, it's darn near unmatched. Except for, of course, Narnia. The song, The Battle, is so good. The way it ebbs and flows, the way it builds up and crescendos, it's just a masterpiece, and Narnia wins.
Yeah. All right, Meredith?
We almost had my final 4. Had Spirit went through. It would have been Spirit, Narnia, Pirates, and How to Train Your Dragon.
Nice.
And then who would have been the finals?
With this bracket, it would have been Spirit and Pirates, but realistically, it would have been Spirit and Narnia.
Okay. And then
but
would Spirit have won both ways? 4 songs would have beat out every single movie in this bracket list.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's loyalty, and I respect it.
I can't. Yeah, fair enough.
If I'm anything, right. if that's not what I meant to say. I'm loyal if I'm not anything. That's what I was going to say. What's the saying?
If
I'm loyal if not anything. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm nothing.
All right, Maddie.
My top 4 would have been La La Land, Interstellar, How to Train Your Dragon, and probably Pride and Prejudice.
Wow.
Yeah.
La La Land would have made it that far. Okay.
Hold up.
Even though you voted, didn't you vote? Oh, you voted for La La Land over Interstellar. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it's so great.
Interstellar in there. I just
okay, and then who would be
connection?
Who would be in your finals?
Probably How to Train Your Dragon and Interstellar.
Wait. Interstellar can't be in it if La La Land's in it.
No, she said How to Train Your Dragon and Interstellar.
Yeah, I know.
Her final 2.
So La La Land would have been
Interstellar's on the same side as Interstellar.
Oh.
As La La Land.
I'll be real, I must have misunderstood the assignment because I just went with my favorite 4.
Okay.
That changed my answer.
Well, how about in this, like in this bracket?
Okay, Interstellar.
Okay.
Would have won out. Pride and Prejudice.
Okay.
How to Train Your Dragon. And jeez Louise, probably Lord of the Rings would have made it pretty far. Lord of the Rings. I really love that soundtrack. That would have made it far. So then my final, Interstellar, How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, it would be Lord of the Rings. It would be Interstellar. It'd be Pirates. And it'd be Babylon, making it all the way through.
Dang. Real. Okay.
It would be super close between that and How to Train Your Dragon. Honestly, I don't know. I'm gonna say Babylon, but it might end up being How to Train Your Dragon. But Pirates would have beaten it regardless. It would have been Pirates and Lord of the Rings, and then I was gonna end my life because I don't want to make that decision. Right now, I would go with Pirates as my favorite soundtrack, or the best soundtrack on here, in my opinion.
Nice.
Well, guys, that was a time. That was 2 hours and 13 minutes of pure chaos.
Yep.
And we thank you guys for listening and watching. Let us know in the comments what you chose, what you would have chosen as your number one. Chosen as your number one soundtrack. We'd love to know your opinions on this, because I'm sure some of y'all disagree. And that's okay.
Which ones would you have put in the bracket that weren't on here?
Yeah.
Great point, Meredith.
Because mine would have been Hunger Games, which I've already said.
Yeah. If we had more time, we would go over which ones we would choose, but it is already 11:10 p.m. So we're going to,
it's time for bed.
It is time for bed. So guys, we thank you guys for listening, watching, viewing, and subscribing. We'll be back.
Please subscribe
next week. I might not be here next week, but Maddie and Meredith might.
Hey, what if we had Jana on next week and just went absolutely crazy?
What if y'all did book? What if y'all did book talk?
That would be.
You guys are recording books.
Yeah, Jana wants to do books.
Yeah, maybe get Bailey on there. Well, guys, thank you for being here. We will see you guys next week, as always. Make sure to like, subscribe, and yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Later, guys.
Bye.
Peace. Bye.